Hey, Leroy, this is King Black coming at you again. I want to talk about this Bodega incident. It is extremely unfortunate what happened with this particular young man who was wrongly targeted and dragged out of a bodega only to be stabbed to death. And up to the time of this video, there have been at least 8 suspects arrested right now regarding the case. And what I want to talk about today is this is a prime example of what you call dumb gangsters. These particular young gentlemen belong to the Dominican gang. Let me use my best gangland accent. The Trinitarios. Anyways, I don't even know, they misidentified this young man as somebody that they were looking for. And they actually chased him down into a bodega and pulled him out and stabbed him to death. Now, why do I call them dumb gangsters? First, I don't advocate violence of any kind, especially unprovoked. But they're dumb because, one, they outnumbered him way too much. I mean, they want to call themselves gangsters, but for one guy, they're rolling 4, 5, 6 deep. Second, they had the wrong target. This innocent young man who had dreams of becoming a detective. He was only 15, man. A little youngin'. But his life sadly ended. His potential unrealized. And the 8 suspects currently in the case have thrown their life away on a mistake. On a mistake that took a few seconds. They destroyed multiple lives, caused untold heartache, and most of the suspects are under 25. So that means these people haven't truly even started living yet. They've already thrown their life away. They're going to potentially spend their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and maybe even their 60s if they last that long in prison. And not only that, supposedly after the unfortunate incident took place, the local gang leader, the Trinitario, sent a message to the family saying that he apologized on their behalf, that it was an error, that he wasn't supposed to be the target, that they had gotten the wrong one. And although, of course, this does not excuse what happened and does not mean they should be forgiven, but what's the cherry that tops all of this off is those members involved were supposedly kicked out of the gang. So not only did they throw their own lives away on an order and they carried it out on the wrong target, but they also lost their organization's backup. They lost their organization's favor. So basically, they got pulled the CIA on them. Where the CIA disavows any knowledge of a spy, while this gang disavows any knowledge or saying that these are not considered Trinis. So these young men have lost their gang status and are going to end up going to jail neutrals. And with the widespread news of this story, I can guarantee that those behind bars have already heard about this. And there are people that are not going to treat them too kindly. And this is why I say that life in an organization is dangerous and should be carefully thought out. This is why I say not to think and act reckless. Because they were all hopped up on that peer pressure, hanging with the boys, felt like they had to prove something, ended up killing the wrong one, got caught, maybe they got snitched on, and now they're going to spend potentially their whole lives in jail over this one single mistake that they don't fully comprehend until a few years pass by and they become old men filled with regret. They left behind a potential to have kids, to have a family, to make something of themselves, positive for the community. Instead, they've become notorious for all of the wrong reasons. So take my advice and live right. Adios.